Hi everyone, I'm Julia Barcello and welcome back to Cardinal News. Stick around for an interview with our new athletic director, student questions, and some important announcements.
Awesome. Well, thank you for choosing me to interview about my new interim position that I have right now. I'm Mr. Giorgio. Most of you that had me in class know me as Mr. G. I am the acting athletic director here at Greenwich High School. That started at the beginning of this January. So far, I'm loving what I'm doing here. One of the biggest benefits that I find is I'm able to help not just one team that I used to coach, but help all the sports teams. I like to have like an open door policy and help out all of our student athletes, as well as all of my old students that I've had in class so far this year. Hopefully this will matriculate into something longer, but best part of my day for me is being able to go to the events and seeing our athletes compete and put their hard work into their actions. I've been making almost every home meet. I've got to see our gymnastics team, our cheerleading competition, our basketball team, our hockey team, hopefully soon our fencing team. We're working on some matches for them, our wrestling team, our boys swimming and diving team. So I'm looking forward to seeing all our athletes put all their hard work from practice into our competitions. I also wanted to make you guys all aware that starting this spring, we're rolling out a new communications piece here at Greenwich High School for all our spring sports, and I wanted to give the Cardinal Crazies their own page where we can communicate events for sporting events as well. So you might see some of these around the building. Log on to Sports U. There's an access code and join us, and I will be posting out information in regards to sports and other activities at the high school. Thank you, guys.
Hello, this is Mia Carozzo, and I'm here with two of my dance team captains,
Isabel Brett and Alex Cavan.
Where do practices usually take place, and how long do they last?
So normally our practices are in the dance studio, which is in the art wing in the school, and they start around 3:30 and can go until 5, and we normally just warm up and then teach them choreography and get ready for our performances.
What is your favorite thing about performing during halftime?
I would definitely say the adrenaline rush you get right before going on to dance on the field or on the court for basketball games. And also just the fact that you're like with your team. There's a lot of team spirit before. For example, we have this little chant that we do before going on to perform. And it really just makes us feel very unified, and it's definitely really fun.
Okay, well, thank you for letting me interview you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm here with my other dance team captain.
Hi, I'm Izzy Paradiso.
What is your favorite thing about the dance team?
Well, besides having a great group of girls to dance with, I really love performing at the football games. Are my favorite. They're just a great energy, and it's great when seeing the entire school out there when you're performing.
We have Jamie Smith here, and he's the leader of the Alzheimer's Awareness Club. So I'll just ask him a couple questions. When did you start this club?
I got passed on to the leadership because I've been in the club since freshman year, so I've only been the president this year. But the club was founded, I believe, 4 years ago by my brother's friend's older sister. So it's been passed around, but definitely in good hands, because I feel like when you're young in the club, you don't really care about it. But as you grow and get a leadership position, you do care about it. And you're back to the same cycle of trying to convince those underclassmen to care about what you care about.
Thanks. And what's the main message this club tries to convey, or what's the purpose?
I think the main thing is getting out stories and real real anecdotes and real stories, because Alzheimer's awareness, especially Alzheimer's Association, I feel like although we do a bunch of work in them, a big critique I have of them is that they don't really push stories as much. Well, obviously they do, but they push a lot of statistics, which are just numbers on a website, which aren't as convincing as real anecdotes. So what we tried to do, which before COVID, because it's really, really hard to do during COVID, was we would visit like Nathaniel Witherell, and we'd go on nature walks with like nursing homes, and that would be really great because we got to actually experience it, and that was much more effective for spreading awareness and like people caring about Alzheimer's, as opposed to just like sending out or like putting up posters with statistics on them around the school.
Sounds good. Thanks.
What do you miss about the 90s?
So what I miss about the 90s is all the music. I was a big Backstreet Boys fan, NSYNC, Britney Spears. Really miss that stuff.
We actually have another question for you.
All right.
Do you like NSYNC or Backstreet Boys better?
I was a Backstreet Boys fan for life. They're my number one.
My dog.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. What about you?
So I went to high school in the 90s, and there's so many things that I could say, but my number one thing that I miss is the music, for sure.
My original hair color.
The 90s were awesome, but I was younger. That's what I miss the most. I miss being younger by about 30 years.
The joy of not having a phone.
Oh, so many things. The 90s was an amazing decade. I miss the music. I miss college, high school. Great TV shows, Seinfeld, Friends, wearing flannel every day. It was a great decade.
What's your favorite song from the 90s?
So I would have to say it was Green Day, Time of Your Life, because I actually went to that concert, and I wasn't really cool enough to go to a lot of concerts, so like that's the one, all right? And Time of Your Life, I hope you guys are all having your time of your life.
5 Minutes Alone by Pantera.
Hey, I'm Lou Cece, captain of the Grand Wrestling team.
So how has the season gone so far? As planned or?
Definitely went as planned. Last week I just won FCX championships. The team's doing pretty good. A lot of young guys on the team.
And as far as anything coming up next after this, what are you thinking?
So I got state opens this weekend. Me and one other teammate made it to state opens. That's the end goal for every wrestler, to be a state champion. So definitely want to go out and win, and hopefully we could get to some supporters there for us.
Sounds good. Thanks.
I'm Sydney Flock. I'm a junior, and I am the co-editor-in-chief of digital media at the Beak.
Awesome. So what's the Beak all about?
The Beak is Greenwich High School's student newspaper. We run print editions of the newspaper. We have a website and a podcast.
Awesome. So what days do you guys meet?
We meet every Thursday at 3:15 in room 516.
And what else would you like to share with the GHS community?
When many people hear like the word newspaper, they think that they have to be an amazing writer in order to join, but that's actually not true.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Our main job as the GHS film team would be mainly in football. We divide our job into practices and games. In practices, we have two roles: flying a drone to film one half of practice, and using a camera to put on top of the retaining hill by field 7 to film the other half of practice.
For games, we have one person film in the end zone, and one person goes up to the press box so that we can get both angles from both sides of the field.
If you feel like joining the film team, contact either Coach Morello or any of the other coaches. Thank you.
Hi, this is Mia Carozzo interviewing Shay Norris, captain of the ski team.
Hi, Mia. Thank you so much for interviewing me today. The other two captains, Grace Turner and Piper Lovelace, unfortunately were not able to make it today.
Where does a ski team normally practice, and how often do you guys practice?
So we usually practice at Mount Southington. It's about an hour and 15 minutes away, and we're on hill 2 to 3 days a week. One of those days is usually a race day, and we leave the school at 2:45, so right at the beginning of flex time, and we usually get back to the school around 7 p.m., but it's okay because the buses we take have Wi-Fi, so we're able to get all our homework done on the way there and on the way back.
What do you hope to achieve as ski captain?
So something I'm really looking forward to helping the team with is team bonding, as I feel like that's a really important thing to have as a team, to be the best version of the team. And, you know, having a good team is what makes a team fun. So
That is it for the interview. Thank you so much, Shay, for coming to interview and answer these questions for us.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Omar Galal, and I'm the president of the Badminton Club.
Badminton, that's not really a sport many people think of nowadays. Why did you choose that?
It's not like we picked a sport at random. I believe that badminton is a sport that should grow in popularity. And the reason why is that virtually anyone has an adequate skill set in order to play badminton, and therefore it is an accessible sport. Like, anyone can play badminton, and so if they invest their time in it, they could just get better. It's not like other sports where you have to invest years and years of time to even be on the same playing level as people who started at a younger age.
What do you do in your club?
Unsurprisingly, we play badminton. Sometimes we go over some facts about badminton. For example, badminton was first in the Olympics in 1992.
Do you go to any tournaments?
As of right now, we don't. It's more of a, we just play amongst each other.
What times do you meet?
So with the cold weather and the little spike in COVID cases, it's been hard for us to really find like a set date for meeting. But look out in the spring, because we will, once the weather starts to get warm again, be rolling out consistent meeting times. So you might hear that on the loudspeaker.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Julia Barcello and I'm the founder of the GHS Sports Broadcasting Club. The club films GHS sports games and makes hype videos for the teams. We meet Tuesday mornings at 8:15 in room 609. Please email Mr. Sean Mayo for more information and look out for these posters and scan the QR code to join the email list. Thank you.
So I think it would be pictured a bird. Just because sometimes I just get that feeling, you know? I understand.
Bad blood. We got bad blood.
It's probably You Belong With Me. I don't know why, that's just what I really vibe with.
22, because it's gonna remind me of like when I turned 22 in like 5 years or more.
I guess we could say Love Story, just because I like that song and it's cool. I'm not really a Taylor fan, but I just definitely like that story.
Probably like I did something bad, because, well, like I did something bad.
What song do you think is underrated?
Tap Out by Lil Sleazy. He only has 4 monthly listeners, but I'm telling you, he's on the come up. Look at him. He's on Spotify. Go follow my boy Lil Sleazy.
Dior by Pop Smoke.
I Hate You by SZA. That's underrated.
Honestly, the entire Lorax soundtrack, I would say.
Personally, I think Love Lost by Mac Miller is underrated, but they don't agree. Friday.
I like the song When We Shoot by Lil Durk. I think it's underrated. It has a really good beat, good flow, and I just like it.
I think PSA by K-Flock.
Scam Bible by Obi and Dev.
I'm Mitchell Goldstein. And I'm Aaron Cohen. And we're the co-founders of the JSA, Jewish Student Association at GHS. So we started this club because we felt that there's a large population of Jewish students at the school, but there's no unification or club that will unite these kids.
One fun activity that we did earlier this year was we had a Hanukkah party for all of the members of the club. And we brought in, gelt and donuts and other Hanukkah-related food items, and basically had a great time, and it was a great bonding experience. So we meet every other D-Day, and we love to have you guys. Thank you.
Hey guys, this is Kwame, your student body president, and I just wanted to give you a few brief updates as to what student government has been working on. Last week, we had a mass meeting, and we broke out into our 4 subcommittees: public relations, student concerns, community service, and special events. And we've really been focused on improving homeroom activities so that it's more popular among students and it's just a better time for everyone, as well as brainstorming fundraising ideas for the junior and senior class who will be having prom and other class events towards the end of the year. in addition to also planning fun class events and spirit weeks towards the end of the year. Thanks.
Thank you for watching this episode of Cardinal News. See you next time.